What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and as we see more and more out-of-touch celebrities, whether they're trying to virtue signal, whether they're trying to spout some kind of rhetoric, the more they talk, the more we lose respect for them, and the case is happening here as well. This time, it's with Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, and really that's the only reason that anyone knows who he is, saying something that is absolutely mind-boggling. Well, a couple things that are mind-boggling, and one that maybe he's just making up. I don't know. The first thing is this. Kit Harington, Jon Snow is not a masculine role the world needs right now. And when we dive into what he's saying, you'll realize why this is so absolutely insane and asinine for this man to come here and say this. Before we get to the meat of it, which is this, Game of Thrones Kit Harington opens up about his, quote, gender fluid upbringing. Surprise, surprise, shocker, we've never heard about that before, but we're hearing about it now, and maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe there's a reason we're hearing about it now. But first, let's break this down, because there's a couple things he says here that honestly irritated the hell out of me. Kit Harington announced his retirement from playing characters like Game of Thrones' Jon Snow in favor of more emotionally vulnerable men. So it sounds like he's going back to playing a character that is more like himself rather than Jon Snow. He's swapping his trademark Game of Thrones male protagonist archetype for characters more comfortable in their masculinity. Interesting way to phrase that indeed. The actor explained, the world needs less machismo culture and more openness for men to express emotions. He speculated the need for men to shove their feelings down comes from, and listen to this, the Second World War, passed down from grandfather to father to son. We do not speak about how we feel because it shows weakness, because it's not masculine. Right? That is what Jon Snow is saying. And to be quite honest, to say something like that to say that the root of the problems that men have in society comes from the Second World War, the war where men, real, true men, went across, at least in this country, went across the ocean, opening up to near certain death when they landed on the beaches of Normandy to fight for other people's freedoms. And then obviously everyone in Europe was fighting for their own freedoms. The idea that those people, some of them who lied and said they were older than they were just to go over there and fight for something, that they are the ones who caused this problem because they chose to not tell each and every person about every single problem that they have. We see that happening in today's society. Too many, in my opinion, too many people are talking about their problems. We need more men to not play the victim and act like they're so oppressed and tell everyone constantly about what's wrong with them. There are people in this world that can deal with their shit, and there are people that can't. If you're one of the people that can't deal with your shit on your own, by all means, get help. If you have mental issues, get actual help. What you shouldn't do is talk about all of your problems all the time, whether that be on Twitter for some kind of, I don't know if it's like for points, like this dopamine rush that you get when people say, don't worry about it, buddy, you've got this, you're awesome, I don't care what anybody else says. I think we need more people like the hero that he played, Jon Snow. Let's forget about how the last couple seasons end. But we need more actual men like that in society instead of the absolute betas that we get nowadays. Despite what the people that are trying to control the narrative want you to believe, no, people don't actually like these little soy bitches. But he continues on. Having portrayed a man who was silent, who was heroic, I felt going forward that is a role I don't want to play anymore. It's not a masculine role that the world needs to see more of. Like I said, I completely disagree with that sentiment. I think it is something that the world needs more of. I think the world needs more of these actual masculine roles as the world is trying to be emasculated. People are trying to emasculate men in every way they can. So yeah, I think we need more roles like this. But that comes to this weird turn that it took. Game of Thrones, Kit Harington opens up about gender fluid upbringing. It was very gender fluid from the word go. Game of Thrones star Kit Harington has opened up about his gender fluid upbringing, and he also reflected on wanting to explore different portrayals of masculinity in future projects. Now, this may explain why he has some of the opinions he has, to be quite honest. But let's see. During an interview with The Telegraph, he admitted that he idolized his mother, former playwright Deborah Jane Catesby, before explaining that she also introduced him and his brother to gender politics as they were growing up. And let's see, do you think this is a gender fluid upbringing or maybe just a completely non-male upbringing? I asked for a Mighty Max and she bought me a Polly Pocket, he said. I asked for an Action Man and I got a doll. It was very gender fluid from the word go, and I went with it. I will just be honest, that doesn't sound gender fluid to me. It asks like you wanted things, you asked for these things, and your mom gave you girl shit. That's what it sounds like, Kit Harington, and I'm sorry that you had to grow up in that type of environment. I don't know why exactly you're coming out with this now. Maybe because you know that you're kind of irrelevant right now. You are going to be in Eternals, but after that, it's not looking good for straight white men in Hollywood, to be quite honest with you. Maybe you're trying to set this up. Maybe you're trying to get attention to land some more roles. I don't know. I do know that a lot of people are worried about these roles now. The new Oscars inclusion rules, because we now know that, listen, if you're a straight white man, maybe people won't want you. Maybe people won't want you because of the fact that you're not going to be eligible for any of these things anymore. You have to either have a racial minority or you have to have some LGBTQ plus representation. So maybe saying you're gender fluid, maybe that'll be enough, Kit Harington. I'm not sure, but it's crazy that all of a sudden you just came out with this story. And like I said, I think that Kit Harington is completely off base when he's talking about masculinity. Now, he is going to be in the Eternals, which honestly sounds like it's going to just be absolute woke garbage. I'm not looking forward to that, but I'm interested to hear your feedback on this story. Are you in line with me that I think that Jon Snow, you know nothing, Jon Snow. You know nothing, Kit Harington. The world needs more masculine role models. They need more actual masculine heroes instead of what Hollywood is trying to change, instead of what society is trying to tell men that they should be. I think we need more actual masculinity, not less. But maybe you think different. Let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.